Hello, Kentucky. Man, I can't believe this. Tyran Stokes commits to playing football. The No. 1 recruit will try out for WR in high school. Did you know Tyron Stokes played wide receiver? Let's get to this intriguing news for many. Now this is a twist that not even Hollywood screenwriters would dare to write. Tyron Stokes, the No. 1 basketball recruit in the country, yes. The one already being touted as the next big name to dominate the college courts, has decided to temporarily trade his basketball shoes for cleats and test his skills as a wide receiver in American football. And before anyone asks, no, this is not a prank. Stokes is really trying his luck on the gridiron. And this opens up a range of intriguing possibilities for the young phenom's athletic future. For a Kentucky basketball coach, Mark Pope, this news could be both a challenge and a unique opportunity. After all, if Stokes is willing to try his hand at football, why not ask for a little help from the blue and white side of the Lexington task force? Yes, we're talking about Mark Stoops, the Wildcats football coach, who might have a diamond in the rough with the potential to wreak havoc in the passing game. Just imagine Pope and Stoops sitting together, discussing strategies to ensure Stokes wears the blue and white uniform, whether at Rupp Arena or Kroger Field. And let's face it, it would be hard to resist the idea of Stokes with his exceptional athleticism, catching long passes and crossing the touchdown line. The images from the preliminary footage are already surreal. Stokes running routes, adjusting his body to catch difficult balls, displaying a hand-eye coordination that many veteran players would take years to master. Having already proven his versatility by competing in the 400-meter dash in track and field this summer, it seems Stokes' limit is simply how high he chooses to fly. But let's get back to the central question. Should Pope really call Stoops and suggest an unprecedented collaboration? After all, if there's one thing we know about Stokes, it's that he doesn't like to be pigeonholed. This might be my last chance to just be a kid, the player told High School on SI, revealing a human side and a genuine passion for sports. If he wants to try football, why not embrace it and turn it into another reason to bring him to Kentucky? Perhaps Stoops will offer a conditional scholarship, ensuring Stokes has room to shine both on the field and on the court. This situation is somewhat reminiscent of the story of Dennis Johnson, another multifaceted athlete who tried to juggle multiple sports at the same institution. At the time, Tubby Smith and Hal Mumm had a minor internal dispute over which program should prioritize the young talent. In the end, Johnson followed the football path, becoming an all-sec pass rusher, while his son inherited the basketball legacy. Now, with Stokes, we have the chance to close this cycle in an even more impactful way, uniting to sports under one blue and white roof. Sure, all of this may seem like wishful thinking, but the truth is that Stokes is one of those unique figures who emerge every now and then to redefine expectations. He's not just a basketball player. He's a complete athlete, capable of transcending formats and sports. And if Pope and Stoops can work together to convince Stokes that Kentucky is the ideal place for him to explore all of his passions, then we could be on the cusp of a whole new chapter in the history of college sports. For now, we can only eagerly await Stokes' potential debut on September 26th. And who knows? Maybe Kentucky fans will be about to pack the stands to watch not just Friday Night Lights, but also something different. Nasir Anderson's name was already circulating heavily in the recruiting world, but now it has gained even more significance after Kentucky's official offer. The 2027 point guard, considered the No. 1 at his position and the No. 7 overall prospect in the country by the Rivals industry ranking, represents exactly the kind of talent that keeps the Wildcats at the forefront of elite college basketball programs. Anderson plays at prolific prep in Norcross, Georgia, one of the most respected academies in the circuit, and already stands out not only for his physical skills, but also for his control of the game. His ability to organize attacks, create for teammates, and assume offensive responsibilities makes him one of the most coveted prospects of this generation. Kentucky didn't miss the opportunity to make its presence felt and has been closely observing Anderson alongside other big names like Caleb Holt, a 5-star point guard in 2026, and Bruce Branch, the No. 1 ranked prospect in 2027. The detail that stands out is the frequency of contact between the player and the coaching staff led by Mark Pope. Anderson himself reported that communication is daily, something unusual. At this stage of the process, practice videos, constant messages, and even conversations about the team's routine are elements that reveal a clear strategy of rapport. Pope and his staff are willing to build more than just a proposal. They want to establish trust and demonstrate from the outset how serious they are about the athlete's future in Lexington. This approach fits the program's new era. Pope didn't come to the Wildcats to simply uphold a legacy, but to reinforce that Kentucky remains a benchmark in the development of elite point guards. Just remember that the university has built a true tradition in recent years of developing guards who arrive ready for the NBA stage, and this track record influences any prospect's decision. Anderson, aware of this, is already showing signs of receptiveness to the treatment he's received, valuing his close relationship with the coaches. This move should also be read within a broader context. Kentucky recently offered Beckham Black, another standout point guard in the 2027 class, and demonstrates its intention to secure a solid talent base early on for the coming years. It's the construction of a project that looks to the long term, without losing the urgency of keeping the university among the NCAA's leading players by extending the offer to Anderson. Pope sends a dual message. To the fans, he tells them that Kentucky remains aggressive and selective in its recruiting, targeting the most coveted names in the country. And to the player himself, he tells him that the program is willing to invest time and energy in recruiting him. Grant Greatton's Kentucky debut was something different. Although initially seen as a long-term addition, Greatton quickly proved he can defy expectations and contribute significantly in his first steps with the program. The context surrounding his entry onto the field Saturday against Eastern Michigan is noteworthy, with injuries plaguing the Wildcats' defense, especially at cornerback. The opportunity arose sooner than expected for the Olney, Maryland native, and he not only seized the chance but also demonstrated maturity and instinct in handling the pressure of playing at the college level so early in his career. 3 tackles, 2 solo, and 1 assisted, plus a crucial pass deflection in the fourth quarter are respectable numbers for any player, let alone a freshman entering the second half of his debut game. But the numbers only tell part of the story. What truly impressed was Greatton's poise on the field. He didn't seem intimidated by the magnitude of the moment, something rarely seen in such young athletes. Defensive coordinator Brad White highlighted Greatton's ability to read the game, anticipate opposing plays, and react effectively, and he was full of praise for the rookie. "He did really well out there," White said, emphasizing the positive impact Greatton had in his first appearance. For a seasoned coach like White, these words carry weight and reflect the encouraging performance of the young safety. Greatton not only made tackles, but also demonstrated skill in decisive moments, such as the play in which he deflected a pass intended for wide receiver Terry Lockett. This type of intervention is what separates good players from great prospects, the ability to make a difference when the team needs it most. And although he is still early in his career, Greatton has already made it clear that he has the temperament to thrive in a highly competitive environment like the SEC. The decision to field him wasn't made for lack of options, but rather on his own merit. During training camp, Greatton caught the attention of the coaching staff with his combination of height, speed, and playmaking intelligence. These qualities, coupled with his work ethic, ensured he was ready when his name was called. As White emphasized, That's why he got in. Because of what he showed in training camp. This underscores an important point. Opportunities come to those who are prepared to seize them. And Greatton certainly was. However, like any freshman, Greatton will face challenges as he progresses through the season. The SAC is unforgiving, and future opponents will be much stronger and more experienced than Eastern Michigan. He will face moments of difficulty and inevitable adjustments, but there is reason to believe he is up to these challenges. His resilient mindset and the confidence placed in him by the coaching staff indicate he is on the right path to continued improvement. Furthermore, his rapid rise offers a valuable lesson for the Kentucky program. Investing in young talent and giving them opportunities when they deserve them can pay almost immediate dividends. Greatton is a perfect example of how the recruiting vision of Mark Stoops and his staff can transform a three-star prospect into an important piece of the puzzle in his first season. His ability to maintain momentum and continue to improve will be crucial to the Wildcats' defensive success. But based on his debut and the praise he's received from his coaches, it appears he has all the tools necessary to become a central figure in Kentucky's defense. Let us know what you think.